Hi everyone, welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love channel. I am Nicole. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you so much for all of your love, support, likes, subscribing, being here, being present, doing the work, healing yourself, showing up. I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that you are here. I'm so grateful to be here, to be of service, to help you on your journey. It's absolutely an honor to be here. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. So overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So today's pick a card, we're going to do a little, this is going to be messages, but it's also going to be questions from your higher self, okay? Because, excuse me, many of us are on this journey, healing, self-love, enlightenment, whatever. Your higher self wants you to align more with your higher self. However, your higher self wants to ask you some questions. I'm going to channel questions and messages from your higher self. What does your higher self really want to ask you, your grounded self on the ground? What does your higher self want to ask you, and what does your higher self want you to think about? Okay, along those lines. So, for pile 1, divine abundance. Pile 2, signs. Pile 3, flow. Okay, the pile selection will show all 3 piles together. Timestamps will be linked below that. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that information is also near the timestamps area as well. Thank you all so much. I love you. I will see you in your reading. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you all so much for all of your love and support. My name is Nicole. Let's get into it. Divine abundance. Okay, let's start off with, we're going to begin with the questions from your higher self. Okay, the goal is to continue to really align with your higher self and with your journey, your path, and your purpose and your mission, the reason why you were here. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. So your higher self wants to ask you, what is your relationship with money? Are you chasing money, or are you in this place of really knowing and feeling that you are abundant? Okay, are you chasing money? Are you chasing luxury items or a lavish lifestyle, or a certain type of lifestyle? Or are you in this frequency of abundance? Are you in this frequency of you are abundant, you are whole, you are complete? Like, your higher self wants to ask you, what can you, like, basically just to continue to, like, basically ask you again, are you chasing money, or do you believe you are abundant? And that, you are here to do the things that you're here to do, not just for money, not just for luxury things, not just for a lifestyle, that you will have all of those things and you won't have to chase it. Okay, so that's a question that your higher self wants you to think about. Let's get a couple more questions before we get into some messages to combine this. This is like a different reading. I've never done this before, so let's just see how this goes. Questions from your higher self for pile 1. Questions from your higher self for pile 1. Am I communicating my needs? So your higher self is asking you, are you communicating your needs? Do you know what your grounded self needs? And that's number 1. Do you know what your grounded self needs? Number 1. And number 2, are you able to communicate what your grounded self needs? Many of you may have grown up in a situation or, during childhood that you were not able to ask or communicate your needs, or you really didn't even have an awareness of your needs, okay? It could have been a situation where there was a lot of survival, okay? And there just was no time for that. There was no time for you to think about your needs and stuff like that. You had to take care of other people or hold it together for the household, or your needs were not valued. So now you're in a place where you need to know what your needs are. And not only do you need to know what your needs are, but are you able to communicate it? Like with a loving partner or a family member or a friend, are you able to communicate what you need? Let's get another one. Who am I ready to forgive? So your higher self wants to ask you, who are you ready to forgive? It is time to let go, forgive, and move onward. Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. What do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? So your higher self is saying, who are you ready to forgive? Number one, you should forgive yourself. That's number one, but who else are you ready to forgive? Not just yourself, but who else? Who else? We're going to get some more questions in a little bit, but who else are you ready to extend forgiveness and grace to? Because this is about growth and expansion and aligning more with your higher self. So really think about, your needs. Are you able to communicate your needs? And who do you really want to forgive? And who are you ready to forgive? Because your higher self doesn't want you to hold on to things that no longer serves you. It doesn't serve you to have resentment and anger and bitterness. That keeps you off the path. That keeps you disconnected from your higher self. Holding on to bitterness, anger, resentment, shame, things like that, regret, that keeps you disconnected. But when you are aligned, you forgive, you let go, you realize, what am I holding on to it for? Let's find out some more messages from your higher self. That was deep. Pile one. Yeah. Many of you, it's like you've been doing a lot of growing and a lot of planting your seeds, but it's time to kick it up a notch. That's what I just heard. Like your higher self is like, you've learned a lot. You've grown a lot. It's time to elevate. It's time to integrate and elevate. It's time to move to the next level. For some of you, your higher self is saying you're being blocked because you're not forgiving. You're not being forgiving. You're holding anger. You're holding resentment. For some of you, it's against a mother. For some of you, it's a sister. For some of you, it's a father. For some of you, it's an ex. Okay? And it could be all of the above. But you're holding on to a lot of anger and resentment. And your higher self is like, you're not going to elevate until you forgive. Now, this is not to say you have to let people back in your life or, you know what I mean? I don't know what the situation is, but forgive and forgive yourself, because you've been learning, you've been growing, but I'm still getting like, it's time for the next level. It's time to move forward because your abundance is being blocked. For some of you, this is straight up your higher self is saying abundance is being blocked, and it's also because of I'm just getting this energy of like you've learned a lot and you've grown a lot, but the application, it's time to apply it. Let's find out what else. It's time to apply this information, this knowledge, this wisdom, this integration and application time. Like it's like I feel like you know what you need to do, but are you applying it? How one messages from the higher self. Yeah, see, High Priestess, you know what it is that you need to do. You're very intuitive, very in tune. I feel like your grounded self is still not letting go. Like your grounded self is still very much attached to the ego. Your grounded self is very, because our higher self is not attached to our ego. I mean, it doesn't have an ego. The higher self is just free from all of that, completely detached from anything, no attachments. Your higher self is pushing you to that place. So that means letting go of the ego, not chasing anything, not being attached to anything, forgiving, showing grace, giving grace, okay? Letting go of attachments. attachments and expectations. Let's find out some more, because it's like you already know. Yeah, Five of Swords. You've been, you've gone through a lot. You've been through a lot. And your higher self is definitely acknowledging that and letting you know that, again, this was a part of the plan. This is what your soul needed to grow and to level up. And many of you, you're ready to level up, but there's this energy here of your ego holding you back, okay? Yeah, Two of Pentacles. It's like the battle between the grounded self and the higher self. You know that you need to choose the higher road. You know you need to go on that path. But your ego keeps telling you, no, hold on to the pain. Hold on to the resentment. That person doesn't deserve an apology. That person doesn't deserve this. They don't deserve that. You want to possibly make someone suffer, or you want to make them feel the pain that they made you feel. And so your higher self is like, no, choose the higher ground. Let go of the ego. Go on, completely detach. Yeah, because you're really a being of love and light. Let love lead you. Let love heal you. Your higher self is really in tune. Like many of you, I feel like you're pretty in tune with your higher self, but there's just blockages. But there's a blockage here that's blocking abundance. And your higher self is like, it's the ego. Because some of you may be chasing something, chasing money, chasing a lifestyle. And your higher self is like, you're not supposed to be attached to anything. You're not supposed to chase anything. You're supposed to attract it. Okay? But there's forgiveness here. And forgiving yourself as well. What energy does your higher self want you to embody right now? Okay? What energy does your higher self feel like would be really helpful for you? Child magical. Really getting in tune with your inner child. Really getting in tune with the whimsical nature, the joyful nature, this energy of anything can happen, miracles can happen, believing in the impossible, believing in, anything is real, fairies and magic and, all of that kind of stuff, whimsical nature, getting to the joy. Your higher self wants you to be magical. Wants you to really get in tune with your inner child before the programming, before the harsh realities and the harsh situations that you had to deal with, and before the hurt and the pain. Getting back to that magical place. What else? Higher self. What does your higher self want you to embody right now? The energy. Virgin, having this purity. Again, no attachments. The ego is here to serve us as it helps us connect to Earth. That's our name. That's, who we are. It connects us to our family here on Earth and, all of that. Like who we are and where we were born and the things that happen. Like that's part of our ego. We need our ego, but it's about keeping that ego in check and not being attached to anything. You're moving to a place of non-attachment. But having that purity, having that loving spirit, having this like innocence about you. Yeah, purity of heart and spirit. This is what having that pure heart, that loving heart, that gentle side, that nurturing side. Like people could just see it when they look at you. That you're just this, you're innocent and you're pure and you're loving and you're giving, going back to that. And if you've lost that, this is what your higher self wants you to go back to. Femme fatale also being just, I'm getting this energy of having this pure open heart, but also really embracing your erotic side as well. Okay, like your erotic side, for some of you, it could be embracing more your feminine energy as well, being receptive, open to receiving as well. But having this pure heart, this open heart. For some of you, there may have been heart chakra blockages because of pain and betrayal and the things that you've gone through may have hardened you and hardened, your beliefs around love and who people really are, okay, because of the things that you've gone through. And your higher self is trying to align you back to that purity, back to who you really are, your truest self and your truest nature. Let's get another one. How on? Gambler. This came up in the other reading. Taking risk. following your intuition, following your inner guidance, having faith, having faith, trusting what you can't see, but having faith into the unknown, and trusting that you're divinely guided, trusting that your higher self is directing you to where you need to go and how you need to get there. You just need to trust and forgive, okay? Forgiveness is big. Let's get a couple more. What else does your higher self want to ask you before we get some more healing messages? Pile 1. Forgiveness is big here, but forgive yourself first. Pile 1. What does the higher self want to ask? Pile 1. When was the last time I danced freely? Some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is an enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. 2 came up here. And am I consistently showing up? So I was actually reading the back of this one. I'm sorry. So what I just read, are you consistently showing up? It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. Consistently show up. And again, that's that gambler energy. Again, taking risks, showing up, trusting yourself, and also just when it feels uncomfortable, still show up and still do it and don't give up. Believing in the impossible. But also your higher self is saying, what was the last time you danced? Dance shifts your, when you dance, that shifts your energy, it shifts your vibration, it shifts you into a new, like this feeling of flow and like letting go and, you know, not wanting to control and just being yourself. So your higher self is saying, when was the last time you danced freely without overthinking or without judging yourself or thinking that other people are judging you and, you know, stuff like that, okay? Just dancing, just being your truest self. Let's get one more. What else could this mean? There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? So your higher self is again asking you to let go of fear, let go of self-limiting beliefs, because when something happens and you get triggered, that's usually the perspective that you're looking at the situation from a place of fear or some type of self-limiting beliefs that you're holding on to. And this is about releasing it. Releasing judgment of yourself, judgment of others, fear, it could be fear of your shadow, fear of other people, the fear of like being betrayed, the fear of trusting, the fear of, for some of you, it could be forgiving. You could be feeling like if you forgive someone, you're giving them power, and that's simply not true. If you forgive someone, you're releasing yourself. You're freeing yourself. You have the freedom. You have the power, not that person. You're giving it to yourself. All right, let's get a couple more messages out. Pile 1. What else does your higher self want you to know? Wow, that's too many. Okay. Pile 1. What does your higher self want you to know? Grief. So again, this is the heart healing. Your higher self wants you to continue to grieve and heal the heart, heal the pain from the heart, heal the iciness, the wounds, okay? Some of you, it goes back to childhood, okay? This is what you're healing right now. Your higher self is saying, your higher self is coming through, letting you know that they're proud of you. Your higher self is proud of you. But I said they, so spiritual team as well, proud of you. But there's more to continue to heal. And some of you may say, oh God, I'm tired of healing. But your higher self is saying the rewards are coming. Tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. So cry. You need a good cry. You need a good cry, and it could happen when you forgive the people that you need to forgive and forgive yourself. Pile 1. Outrageous openness. So your higher self wants you to just be outrageously yourself and be open to change, open to new ways of thinking, open to letting go of fear, self-limiting beliefs. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachment. See, many of you are mastering this. You're mastering the art of being detached No attachments. And this is what your higher self is trying to teach you. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed. I am open to receive. So again, that's that feminine energy. Healing that feminine womb. Being able to receive. Being able to receive love, abundance. Okay? Really healing that feminine energy within. So if no one told you that they love you today, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm proud of you. Keep going. You got this. Please like the video, subscribe, join the capital LOVE tribe. Comment below. Let me know how this resonated. If you don't want to say how this resonated, just drop me a heart and I would appreciate it. Share the video. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that information is below in the description box. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Patu. Welcome to your reading. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. My name is Nicole. Welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful for you. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. So you chose signs. So we're going to do this reading a little differently today. We're going to get some questions from your higher self, and we're also going to get messages from your higher self, okay? So we're going to kind of start off with the questions. What does your higher self want to ask you, your grounded self, okay? What does your higher self want to ask you? So with the signs, your higher self wants to ask you, are you following the signs? Are you paying attention to the signs? Are you noticing the signs? I'm getting this energy that many of you, your higher self sends you signs through number synchronicities, through animals, through music, through books. I'm hearing something about poetry, through the news. I'm hearing, okay, for some of you, social media. Your higher self sends you a lot of signs. And so your higher self is saying, like, are you paying attention to the signs? Are you noticing the signs? Are you, I'm hearing, heeding the signs? Okay, let's get some more questions. What else does your higher self want to ask you? How to? There's something here about the signs and like divine detours or divine protection, okay? What excuses am I making right now? No more waiting. There will never be a good enough time. The time is now. So your higher self is saying, what excuses are you making right now? This could be some type of leap of faith. I'm being asked to read this again. Okay, your higher self. I have to be honest. Some of you, your higher self is like either they feel like, not they, this must be your spiritual team coming through. Your higher self feels like you could be a bit, your grounded self, your higher self is saying that you on the ground could be a bit stubborn or a bit like you could be your worst enemy or you get in your own way. I have to be honest. No more waiting. There will never be a good enough time. The time is now. So again, your higher self is saying, like, what excuses are you making? Okay, what excuses are you making? It could be about, with this blue here, it could be some type of truth that you need to express or you need to say. Maybe this is some truth with yourself or a family member or a friend or something like that. But there's some type of truth, and this may be something that you have not truthfully said to yourself. Okay, it could be some type of truth that you have not fully integrated, but you know, this is going to apply whatever's coming to your mind right now. This is what you need to pay attention to. But some of you, your higher self is like, why are you making excuses, or what excuses are you making from not taking action or not following your intuition, or you know, something like that. Let's get another question from your higher self. For some of you, I'm going to be honest, your higher self is like, you know, no more playtime, no more games. It's time. Like, it's time to take action, or it's time to do something. Like, you've been putting things off. How can I deepen my trust right now? Okay. Trust, surrender, let go of the will. You can trust. You can trust yourself, trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety. And when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. So your higher self wants you to deepen your level of trust, but your higher self is also asking you, how can you deepen your trust? How can you deepen your trust in your higher self, in the higher power, the universe, your spiritual team? How can you deepen your trust? By letting go. Trusting, letting go, surrendering, letting go of the need to control, letting go of the will, letting go of this need to control, or, to be in control, or, to force things right now, okay? It's something with that. But let's get some more messages. What else is we're going to come back to the questions at the end, but let's get some messages now from your higher self. What does your higher self want for you to know? Okay, what does your higher self want to tell you? There is a lot around trust and letting go. Letting go of the need to control. Let's find out some more. How to, okay? What does your higher self want to tell you? Ten of Swords. Okay, so your higher self is saying, like, I see the knives in your back. I see the things you've been going through. But how much do you trust? Do you trust me? Do you trust the higher power? Do you trust the universe? Like, it's a lot around trust and faith. For some of you, you may feel really betrayed by life right now, really betrayed by the higher power, really feeling down and out. And your higher self is saying, your soul needed this. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your higher self is saying, this is all meant to be. This all had to happen. Things had to break down. Things had to be destroyed. These things had to be revealed. Secrets had to be revealed. Everything that's been happening is for you. It's not happening to you. It's for you. And many of you are coming to the close of this cycle. It's been very tough. But you're coming to a close, but your higher self is saying, if you don't trust, you are going to struggle going into this new cycle. For some of you, you've repeated this cycle more than once, and your higher self is like, I'm tired of you repeating cycles. I'm ready for you to move, but you have to let go. Some of you, I definitely feel like there's throat chakra issues here. And I feel like there's some type of truth that maybe you haven't integrated within yourself. Five of Pentacles. This is kind of feeling left out in the cold, betrayed. People hurt you. They stabbed you in the back. They rejected you. Some of you could have dealt with poverty, or your finances are not where it should be. And again, your higher self is saying you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Many of you, it's like your ego is being broken down. Like the need that you have to control, the need that you have to force, or like you have to be on top of everything, or you have to make it do whatever it's going to do. And you're being taught to let go. Your higher self is like, let go. I don't want you to repeat the cycle because you haven't learned. Because some of you have repeated cycles over and over again because you refuse to let go. And your higher self is like, trust, have faith, deepen your level of trust so you don't repeat the cycle again, because you're closing it out. But you can't close it out if you're in the same mentality or doing the same things, because you haven't learned. And some of you, your higher self is saying more gratitude. Let's get some more. How to. Yeah, Four of Swords. So it's a lot of, I feel like this is a lot of overthinking too. Okay. But this is also saying, again, some of you may have been in timeout. Okay, your higher self put you in a timeout. Your higher self is like, again, you don't want to repeat the same patterns, the same lessons. Learn. Integrate this, what you've been learning. Integrate it so you don't repeat it. Because some of you are on the brink of repeating another cycle, and it's going to get even tougher. Someone needed to hear that. Like, don't repeat the same cycle. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Like you're on the brink. You're on the brink of something new, a new cycle, a new beginning that's stable, that's grounded, that's the cycle of a beginning of more abundance or a new abundant life and path, aligned with your higher self and your true inner knowing and who you really are. But it came up in reverse. So there's blockages here from this new beginning. This new beginning is being blocked. And it's because you're not integrating what you've been learning, or you're not showing that I feel like you have been learning, but there's something about, again, this need to control. And for some of you, I'm going to be honest, it's manipulation as well. It's control and manipulation involved here. And it's like your higher self is like, if you haven't learned, you're going to repeat the same cycle again. And it's going to be worse. And your higher self really wants to talk to you. Yeah, I just heard that motorcycle or whatever. Your higher self wants to talk to you. That's why your higher self is like, are you paying attention to the signs? Yeah, your higher self has been trying to talk to you. Messenger of fire. This is Page of Wands, okay? Your higher self has been trying to talk to you. For some of you, you've been feeling a lack of creativity. There's something here about not feeling inspired or feeling just down and out or just not feeling life right now. Let me get another card for this. And it's because of your money. Some of you are really concerned about your money or your abundance or your family. There could be a shakeup in your family or things are different. Everything where you are right now is where you're supposed to be. And I'm not trying to, please don't take this as I'm making light of your situation, because I'm absolutely not. I'm sending you so much love, but I'm channeling from your higher self, and your higher self is saying where you are is where you're supposed to be. Learn the lessons. Don't repeat the same thing again, because again, you're on the brink of something new. But if you don't integrate what you've learned and you don't let go and really surrender and release this need to control or manipulate and have faith and trust, don't just trust in yourself, but trust in the higher power and submit to that, then you won't. Really align yourself with your higher self. What energy does your higher self want you to embody right now? Okay, power 2, let's find out. Okay, child, orphan. Okay, let's get into this. So a more childlike nature. But for me, so this is independence, conquering fear of surviving. This is coming out of survival mode. This is being completely independent, independent in your own energy, independent in your own level of abundance, independent in your own way of thinking, living in your truth, having this childlike wonder and thirst for knowledge, thirst for learning, and, you know, this curious nature, but just being independent and conquering fear. Not letting fear conquer you, but conquering fear. Like it was that card came out about taking risk, or what excuses are you making? This is, again, your higher self wants you to have this childlike nature, you know, curious and wonder, and just ready to jump off of a cliff, and like, you know, you're safe, you know, you're protected, you know, you could just do whatever it is you want. You're not letting fear conquer you. You conquer fear. What else for Power 2? What energy does your higher self want you to embody? Okay, Power 2, let's see. Saboteur. I just heard stop self-sabotaging. Okay, some of you are self-sabotaging, but yeah, it's about being independent and empowering yourself, not needing anyone to empower you, okay? Not needing anyone to make you feel inspired or help you to feel creative, or feeling like you need inspiration. Like, you get inspired by so many different things, but be your own inspiration, be your own light, find your own light, find your own level of divinity. Know that you have that. You know that you can empower yourself. Know that you're strong enough and you have all the tools and you can do it. You don't need to depend. No codependency here. You don't need to depend on substances or things or people. Your higher self wants you to be fully independent and in your own energy, and embrace the changes that come, and know that there's nothing to be fearful of. Okay, let's find out what else. Judge. And I just heard too, so seeing this judge here, I just heard stop judging people. Yeah. So fair distribution of power. Like I said, for some of you, letting go of this controlling nature, letting go of this manipulative behavior, letting go of power plays, letting go of like judgment of others, judgment of yourself. Some of you are very self-deprecating, very self-critical. You judge yourself, you judge others, letting go of all of that. But this is also about being fair. Being a fair person, not feeling like someone has more power over you. Like, that's all an illusion. It's all an illusion, and that's something that your ego tells you. Your grounded self, but your grounded self has an ego. Your higher self does not have an ego. Your higher self is completely no attachments, no ego, no attachments, nothing. So your higher self is like aligned with me, follow me, not your ego, not thinking this person's going to be in power over me, not thinking that this person's going to control me, or I have to control this person before they control me, or I have to manipulate this person, or this person will manipulate me, and playing mind games and stuff like that. Like, that's not necessary. That power play stuff, that's an illusion. What else? How to the energy scribe. Many of you are really gifted with your ability to write and storytell, but it's also about, again, sharing knowledge and sharing wisdom and having that connected with your higher self to unlock more of your ancient wisdom and your knowledge that you have just within you. Okay, pile 2. Let's find out what else. What else? I don't know. I feel like your higher self tries to talk to you through so many different ways, like your body. For some of you, you may have had health issues, or you may have been going through different things. Like, your higher self has really been trying to talk to you and work on you, okay? How to. What can I do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it? Such that every ounce of you screams no more. Where can you create purpose out of your pain? So this is about your higher self wants to ask you, where can you make a difference? Where can you alchemize the things that you've been through, that you've gone through, that you've learned? Where can you create purpose out of pain? Many of you are alchemists. You're here to create alchemy. You're here to heal and help others through your story. How can you solve problems? How can you make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you angry and upset? And it's like, I need to do something about this. Really get in tune with that. And your higher self is pushing you to get in tune with that. On whom am I placing blame right now? A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. This is what your higher self is trying to say. Don't repeat the same cycles and patterns. Many of you have a choice. You're getting to the end of this. But are you still blaming others, or are you accepting responsibility for your actions? And how, not to say that, you're completely wrong, that person is completely wrong, whatever. I'm not saying that. But your higher self is like, are you accepting responsibility? Are you still blaming others? Or are you looking at yourself? Are you being honest with yourself? Again, that truth. Let's get one more. Am I willing? You are on the edge of something great. Can you feel it? Yes, there is risk, uncertainty, and imperfections ahead. Failure is certain. Vulnerability is a requirement. You must be brave and trust yourself more than ever before. You will reach the dream, and you must stretch yourself into a whole new level of belief and willingness in order to move forward with courage. This is about being brave. This is about being fearless. This is about taking risk. This is about being vulnerable, being authentic, truthful, honest. Are you willing to do those things? Are you willing to continue to show up? Are you willing to fail sometimes, be vulnerable, be truthful, honest? Your higher self is like, you're ready. Be fearless, be brave, have courage. Let's get a couple more. Individuality. Your higher self is saying, are you embracing your individuality? Are you embracing your level of uniqueness? Are you loving and accepting who you really are for yourself? Many of you, I'm getting this vibe of being very self-critical, being judgmental of yourself and others. Your higher self really wants you to release that and stop that, because it doesn't serve you. You have your own plan here. Again, where you are is where you're supposed to be. Many of you may have been off your path for years, but your higher self is saying, it's never too late. It's never too late to start again. It's never too late to come to the light. It's never too late to keep going, keep trying and get back on the track, get back on your path. And this is what you're doing. You are aligning yourself back with your higher self to really be on your path. Clearing. So your higher self, again, your higher self is clearing the way for new beginnings, because again, many of you are ready for a new beginning. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust and letting go is big here. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's such freedom. So your higher self is pointing out, it could be some of you have a self-serving nature or a selfish behavior. Your higher self is pointing that out, saying it doesn't serve you and it's not true. You are going to shift from ending the cycle and learning and integrating these lessons and shifting your perspective and letting go and trusting. You're shifting from, I know that that probably sounds like so much, but it's like I really feel like you've been doing the work. So this is just nothing. It's just shifting your mindset. It really is. And you know, those other things, letting go. But you're going to move into freedom. And it's not yours. It's whatever you believe in. You know, God, universe, whatever, okay? And having the highest, having that divine intention, the highest good for all, you are included in that. No more selfish and self-serving, controlling, manipulative behavior. This is not to trigger you, but this is to help you to move forward so you won't be stuck. Sacrifice. This is really deep. These are some powerful messages. Some of you may need to watch this again. Sometimes surrender is painful. Surrender is big here. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's sacrifice to love. This is big. So your higher self is saying, cut out illusion, obsession, and addiction. You're moving to a place of love. Not survival, not fear, not scarcity, love. Having that ego in check. Your ego is like your name, where you grew up, you know, stuff like that. But your ego is not who you are. It's not. And you've been operating in ego too long. It's time to operate from a place of love and let go and surrender and know that you are protected. You're safe. You're divinely guided. You're in the path of light, okay? And love. It's okay to let go. You could trust it. You don't have to control it. You could trust. That's about letting go of that fear. You can trust. So I really hope this helps positive. If no one tells you that they love you today, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm proud of you. Keep going. You got this. Surrender, let go. You got this. Okay? I'm proud of you. Please like the video. Share the video. Subscribe. Join the capital LOVE tribe. Comment below. Let me know how this resonated. If you don't want to say how this resonated, drop me a heart and I would appreciate it. If you want to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome to your reading. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love channel. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. My name is Nicole. Thank you all so much. I'm sending you so much love. I'm grateful that you are here. You chose this card, Flow. Let's get ready to get into it. Allow me, divine, to move with flow and respond with calmness and peace. So we're going to start this reading off a little differently. We're going to get some questions from your higher self, and then we are going to move into messages from your higher self. So your higher self is asking you, do you trust the flow? Do you trust the flow of life? Do you trust the flow that you feel? Do you trust allowing yourself to just flow? Like, do you trust yourself in the energy of flow? Like, do you trust it? Do you feel like it's something that you need to control, or like it's something that like I'm getting that some of you, your higher self is really pushing you into this energy of feeling more calm, peaceful, more allowing things to just unfold, and it feels good. But maybe sometimes you feel a little unsure, like, is this really like let's just say, for example, even like with your relationships, or like maybe you've suffered from addictions in the past or obsessions and things like that. And you may feel like sometimes like you want to do certain things, but like, let's just say if you had a work addiction, like overworking, and you may feel like, you know, you're still letting go of this need to work so much. And you may still be like not always trusting it, like still feeling like, okay, you feel like you should take the day off, or you feel like you shouldn't work as many hours, or, you know, you should go home at a certain time. But, you know, that's what the energy is flowing into, but you're still like, I don't know. And You know, I'm kind of getting that energy. But let's get some more. What does your higher self want to ask you, pile 3? Questions from your higher self for pile 3. Yeah, see, how can I surrender more in this moment? So your higher self is asking you, how can you let go even more? How can you surrender even more? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the will and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know is coming. So your higher self is again saying, how can you trust more? How can you let go more? How can you get more into the flow? Because the flow is about surrendering. The flow is about doing what you're told in that moment. The flow is about not controlling anything, being completely detached from outcomes, being completely detached from expectations, just flowing. When it comes to you in that moment, you move with it, being so grounded and so present. So your higher self is really guiding you and asking you to let go even more. Let's get another question from your higher self. What if it isn't true? The thing that you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons for why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, it won't get there, you're not enough. Or if it's not for you, what if it wasn't true? Your higher self is again asking you those self-limiting things that you've been telling yourself, self-limiting beliefs, or the things you've been criticizing yourself over or judging yourself about. What if those things are not true? The things that you've been telling yourself you're not good enough, or you don't deserve this, or the shame, and stuff like that. Like, what if that's not true? Because it's not true. And if you allow yourself to believe that those things are true, then you will integrate that as your truth. But if you tell those things when it comes up, it's not true, that's not who you are, then it's not true, okay? So, what if those things were not true? Really ask yourself that. Let's get one more. Who can I serve today? In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Who can you serve today? Your higher self wants you to get more in the flow of surrendering and serving. That's what I just heard. Get in the flow of surrendering, letting go, and serving others. Who can you serve today? Who can you connect with? Who can you be of service to or for, or whatever the situation is? Really start thinking about that, because many of you are here to share your story or to help others through your story, through the pain that you've gone through. And you are here to be a blessing to many people. And this is how you get blessed, and this is how you feel more love and blessings, okay? So let's get some messages from your higher self. What does your higher self want you to know right now? This is 8 of Wands, and it came up reversed, but I'm going to turn this upright. Your higher self is saying to you that some changes are coming in, but it's like the more you get into the flow, the more you feel the change. The more you flow with the energy, the more it's just effortless. There's no trying, there's no forcing, there's no pushing, and changes come in, because some of you, you're ready for changes, you're ready to move forward. I'm getting a lot of animal energy here. We saw the dolphin in this card. We also see the panda bear here. So you have animal spirit totems here as well. So there's changes that are happening. There's changes that are coming in, and they're going to be rapid, but it's like the more you flow with it. It's a lot of divine timing energy here. So it's like your higher self wants you to know that these things are contingent on you flowing. These things are going to happen when you really flow. Some of you may flow one day and then you don't flow the next day, or you're still trying to get your groove with the flow energy, okay? But your higher self is proud of you. But I'm getting this energy of the more you flow, the more changes happen, okay? The more it just unfolds, the magic. Let's find out more messages for pile 3. And 5 of Wands. Some of you, for me, I'm getting from this card, you've been surrounded by some conflict, but I'm also getting mental conflict, but I'm also getting conflict from people in your life, okay? A lot of people may be in conflict, and your higher self wants you to just stay grounded, to stay in your own energy, be accountable for your own energy. You know, don't be blind to this, but there's some transformation because we see all these butterflies. Again, a lot of animal energy here. There's a lot of transformative energy around you, and it's happening and it's grounding. But the more you stay grounded, the more you stay present, your higher self is saying, yes, changes are here and they're happening. 9 of Wands, you're not giving up, and your higher self sees your determination, your higher self sees your ambition, your higher self sees that you have your eye on the prize, and your higher self is aligning you. You know, aligning you with what's best. Many of you, you are aligning with basically the best possible timelines that you can align with. It's like you're going to be receiving best possible outcomes, and your higher self is saying the more you flow into the best possible outcomes and timelines. Like you jump timelines to better outcomes when you flow. Okay? So it's like the more you flow, the more this magic unfolds. What is this? Pile 3. Let's get some more. Pile 3. King of Swords. So many of you, this is coming through saying, there's something here about mental clarity. Many of you are clear. You're clear on where you want to go. It's like you and your higher self are aligning. You're making plans. You're aligning. You're getting more mental clarity, mental focus. But for some of you, it's still this energy of you may have some coldness around you right now. There's some iciness, or there's a something about being more authentic, or you are authentic, but your higher self wants you to be even more clear, more authentic, more clear about what it is that you want. It's something here about you're not being totally clear on. Like I feel like mentally you're clear on it, but physically you haven't expressed this clarity, or you're not expressing this type of something here with the mind and something here with the things that you're thinking is clear, your mindset is clear, but you're not vocalizing this, or you're not speaking about this, or you're not expressing this. There's something about your oral expression that's not matching up with your mental clarity. I hope that makes sense. It's something that's out of alignment here. Your higher self is pointing that out. Like you have all this mental clarity, but you're not expressing some type of truth. Like some type of truth hasn't integrated. Okay, and it could be expressing it with another person, or it could just be expressing it with yourself. But it's something here that's not totally clear. Mentally, I feel it's clear, but you haven't said it. Temptation. Some of you, your higher self is saying that, you may have had some struggles with addiction, or there's been some struggles, and you are really working hard to clear this, to not obsessively think, or not feel addicted, or not be addicted to anything. And your higher self is telling you that your higher self is very proud of you and very proud of the work. And this is why your higher self is saying get more into the flow, because the more you flow, the more your higher self is guiding you to the magic, and you won't even feel like you won't feel tempted, or you won't feel like you need whatever it was that you're addicted to, or you won't even think about it. Like you're going to be so into the flow and just the magic of life and the magic that's unfolding, that stuff like this you're not even going to think about what was tempting you in the past and addictions and stuff like that. Like that's not even going to cross your mind. It's not even going to be a thing for you anymore. What used to be something that you just craved and you felt so addicted to, you won't even think about the more you flow. Okay, let's get some more messages. But your higher self is proud of you. Keep doing a great job. You got this. 3 of Wands. Some of you are really patiently waiting. And again, it's something here that you've been waiting on, and it's like divine timing. And your higher self is saying again, the more you flow, the faster you get there. And it's like you're not even going to think about it. Like whatever it is that you're waiting on, that you've been patiently waiting about, for some of you it could be a new job or career, or, a new relationship or money or something. I don't know, but it's going to be different for everyone. But whatever it is you've been waiting on, your higher self is like, when you get into the flow and you really flow, you won't even think about this, and it's just going to come to you. You're just going to glide right into it. It's not even going to be something that's like, oh my gosh, I thought it would be forever, and here it is. Yeah, 9 of Swords. This is about letting go of obsessive thinking, letting go of anxiety, letting go of fear. Your higher self wants you to continue to let go of those things because those things have kept you trapped, kept you bound, kept you in a place of not believing or believing things that aren't true. And your higher self wants you to continue to release this. And this is a part of, again, that flow energy. Because when you're in a flow and you're present, you're not thinking about, these self-limiting beliefs or these things that no longer serve you. You don't think about it. You're just in the moment. You're flowing with the moment and you are free. You see how she's free? And for many of you, it's something with your throat chakra, okay? You may have a blocked throat chakra here, but you see her arms are open, she's free. And again, a lot of animal energy. So you may have another spirit animal here of a bird, a dove, okay? I'm hearing dove. I'm seeing dove, and I'm also hearing eagle. So this is about being clear and free like a bird. Nothing's holding you back. Nothing, you're not attached to anything. You're not addicted to anything. You're not obsessed with anything. You are completely free. Free of any attachments, free of anything that held you back, free of fear, free of self-limiting beliefs, free of regret, shame. Okay, let's get some, what is your higher self? What energy does your higher self want you to embody right now? Pile 3. Guide. Many of you are meant to be teachers, leaders, mentors, okay? You're here to be a guide. You're here to guide others. And again, more animal energy, okay? If you don't have any animal spirit guides, I'm here to tell you that you do. And your higher self works with some of the animal spirit totems. Many of you have special gifts with shape-shifting. You can shape-shift into different animal energies and you can embody that energy. You have the gift to do so. You probably already know this. But you're here to be a guide for many people. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So this is about embracing more of your divinity and allowing your divinity to help others. Allowing your divinity and your divine nature that you naturally have, okay? Allowing that to guide you to help others. You are a guide. Many of you are a spirit guide, okay? You're here to guide and to help people, teach, lead, mentor. And so this is the type of energy that your higher self wants you to continue to get more in tune with your own divinity and your own light and be in the flow of that. Purple is a prominent color right now as well. So many of you are highly enlightened. You're an ancient soul, okay? Purple is maybe your power color. Purple is very prominent here. Purple and blue, okay? So those are your upper chakras, your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, and your throat chakra. So those are being upgraded as well, and your higher self wants you to know that. Samaritan. Your higher self wants you really to embody this humanitarian, philanthropic type energy right now to help and to serve others, okay? To show your divinity, show your light, show who you really are. Refines your capacity to help those who you prefer to ignore, helping those who you wouldn't normally help. Giving help, because many of you, again, you are a spirit guide. You're an earth angel. You're here to help people. So your higher self wants you to get into this flow of service, get into this flow of helping, giving back, serving people that you normally would ignore, people that, you wouldn't, it's like, before you really started healing and growing and learning, you would have, not even wanted to be around maybe certain type of people. I don't know. It's going to be different for everyone here, but this is really sticking out to me. You would prefer to help those who you would ignore. Okay, so this is really about extending that, showing that divinity, showing that light. Showing your other side, who you really are. That's really who you are. Maybe that's why the King of Swords came out, because it's like, this king looks one way, stoic and cold and, fierce. But it's like, underneath this is a king. This king looks so icy, but underneath this is a person who's actually very vulnerable and who's actually very giving and kind. Like that's maybe the image. Like maybe your image is icy and cold and stoic, and that's just really not who you are. And this is what your higher self wants you to really get in tune with, like really being who you are and helping people, guiding people. Okay, 2 came out. Yeah, priest. Some of you are really meant, again, blue. You're really meant to help so many people and show your true divinity and your purity, okay, and your loving nature. Facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Many of you are a channel. You will channel and heal. Okay, this could be, it doesn't matter what it is that you do. Maybe you're a writer, maybe you are a musician, maybe you're a storyteller, you heal through your words, or maybe life coach, or maybe you're a chef, maybe you heal through your food, you heal people with food, or maybe you're a healer or something, I don't know, but you're meant to channel this type of energy, that light and that divinity, and you're meant to help people. Gossip. So your higher self is saying, don't let rumors and gossip and don't let what people are thinking and their opinions get in the way of what it is that you're here to do, because for some of you, you may get distracted by this energy. Your higher self is saying, it's like, have consideration for other people's feelings, but always be truthful and be who you are, and don't feed into the foolishness, because for some of you, like the foolishness will try to tear you down, and that's not who you are. You're here to show your divinity, and you are here to be a guide. Let's get a couple more questions from your higher self. What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. So your higher self is saying, what limiting belief is holding you back? What are you still believing about yourself in your life that's not true? Because some of you may feel stuck, or some of you may feel like you don't, something about what way things are in your life you're not happy about. So whatever it is that's in your mind and it's not true, and you have to believe that you can have a great life and a new beginning, whatever it is that you want, you have to believe that. Let's get another one. Am I letting fear stop me? And again, a lot of blue here. Are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. You are the boss of fear. You can overcome fear, but overcoming fear requires action and bravery and being fearless. The universe favors the bold. The universe favors the bold. You have to take action. You are the boss of fear. Fear can never overcome you. You could take action and be fearless and brave. Let's get one more. If I had a magic wand and could have anything I desired in life, what would I choose? Okay, burn with desire. There is power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. So it's a lot of talk, like your higher self wants you to take action, okay? Taking action against fear, taking action to serve, taking action to act in your own level of divinity, being independent, not obsessively think, and being in the flow. Let's get a couple more. We're going to wrap this up. Pile 3. Letting go. So again, more about the surrender energy. Letting go, surrendering, being in the flow. When you are in the flow, you're letting go. You're naturally letting whatever you resonate with, you're letting that be your guide. You're not controlling anything. You're flowing with the moment, and you're being present and grounded in the moment. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. It's safe to let go. It takes a lot of bravery to let go. It takes a lot of bravery to be fearless. It's a surrender, okay? How 3? Grounded. This is about, again, being grounded. Grounded in the moment, present in the moment. Grounded and rooted in your reality. Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. takes a lot of courage to be grounded. So the theme here is about being fearless, brave, having courage, not believing these things that you've been telling yourself is not true. So I'm sending you so much love. If no one told you that they love you today, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm proud of you. You got this. Keep going. Be brave, fearless, and courageous. The universe favors the bold. Please like the video, subscribe, join the capital LOVE tribe, share the video, comment below, let me know if this resonated. If you don't want to say if this resonated, just drop me a heart and I would appreciate it. Thank you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that information is below as well. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.